Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything is better in the summer. Everything runs smoothly. Yeah, right. Everything's cold. Yeah, we're young. Everything's right. Everything's right. First class flight is the paradise. To hell inside, I never wanna head inside. To overcome the seas, to letting out the tears. From all the blues that made you kinda serious, that made you kinda sad, that made you kinda mad, that made you wanna scream. Why is it only me? Why is it only me? Why is it never them? Why is it never them? Sorry, that was a bit of a long intro. I don't know. I kind of like doing the intros. I guess it is an intro. I kind of like doing the intros of the videos where I just play a random song from one of my playlists and I just kind of sing along to it because it's a banger. You know, that song, that was BK Darula Summer Acoustic version. It's a banger. I can't even lie. BK Darula, you know, she's been in the game for a very long time at least. Not forever, but like, I've been listening to her for like 3 or 4 years. You know, she got some bangers. Her newest album was like decent. You know, I think I'm kind of growing out of, I guess, underground rap. I'm not like, because, I mean, I do listen to Rest in Bass. Rest in Bass was pretty good. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like it just doesn't hit the same anymore as it used to. Like 2 years ago, I would like walk around and be mystical as hell and just fucking walk around with my headset on and bob my head. Bro, I was so acoustic when I was in high school. Because I used to take the bus every day from and to school. And that bus would be packed, right? There was like, every seat was taken up. My friend was also pretty acoustic. I think everyone hated him on the bus. Because he would, every day after school, when the bus came, he would like stand in front and he would stand in front and kind of like follow when the bus came and kind of like slid into the bus stop, you know what I'm saying? Like slowly braking. He would be all the way in the front, like almost touching the door and just like kind of following and pushing people away from the door so that he gets the entrance first, so that he gets a seat. Because most of the time, if you came like last or something, you wouldn't get a seat because the bus was that packed and you had to stand, and standing sucked. So yeah, I don't know. So I kind of just followed him in his journey, and I was just kind of with him, and I pressed myself through with him. And yeah, I don't know. But I was hella acoustic on the bus because it was like 30-minute bus ride from my school to home. And I would have my headset on and I would play my music and I would sit like this with no one being able to hear what I've heard or hear what I'm hearing, like the music. They just see some acoustic ginger kid, you know, sitting in one of the front row seats or the back row seats, you know what I'm saying? Fucking bumping his head back and forth. I did get some comments on it, like from like 2 people. One guy, he was like, the music you're listening to must be hella fire if you're bopping your head that much. And I was like, yeah, I got good music taste, you know what I'm saying? And then another guy was like saying like, why are you bopping your head like that? The music cannot be that good. But you know, that was the personality I wanted to have. I was hella cringe. I wanted to be, mystical. I wanted to be mysterious. So I don't know. I put on this like persona of this, like I wanted to be like a skater kid, I guess, or kind of have that look, even though I didn't skate. But I wore a beanie. I had long ass hair, even longer than I have now. I low-key need to get a cut on the low because my hair is long as hell. But it doesn't look that bad. But I used to go for the skater look / stoner look, because that was when I would puff on the Puffington a little bit. And I wanted to go for that kind of look and style, but it was just cringe. And it was not really that cool. When I look back on it, it was not that cool. If I would have seen myself from like a third person perspective and like seen a kid being acoustic as hell, it'd be bad. I was hella socially awkward. I think that's why. I was just very socially awkward, so I wanted to box myself in by putting my headset on so I didn't have to talk to anyone. The more, I don't miss taking the bus. It had some good moments, but I don't miss taking the bus. Because I would first take one bus from my school to like another bus stop, and then I would get on another bus to drive me actually home. And that bus was filled with like a bunch of my middle school classmates who I haven't really talked to in a while, but we were cool, what I'm saying? We were like on good terms, but they would always talk and joke and stuff like that, and I would sit right by them to be like, yeah, I'm one of these guys. Yeah, I'm friends with these guys. But I wouldn't talk half the way. I would just sit there with my headset on. And I think I created a very awkward tension in the air because I didn't talk and I didn't know how to start a conversation. So I think I just created a very fucking weird and awkward air and like just situation. Because like I knew these people, right? Like some of them I've even known since kindergarten, but then I moved away, right? I moved away and then I came back, and it was like we didn't even know each other anymore. And we didn't even take the time to kind of catch up and be like, hey, how are you? Haven't seen you in fucking so long. It's weird. I don't know. I've always been like kind of awkward, but I've noticed that throughout the years, the past 4 or 5 years, I've been a lot more socially, what's the fucking word? Like better at being social, better at holding conversations, better at starting ones, better at introducing myself, better at saying hi and good morning in the morning. Good morning in the morning. Yeah, I'm boring. And that's all because I was put in situations where I would kind of have to. Because at work, I've noticed that no one really talks to you. No one really talks to you if you don't indulge in the conversation, or if you don't say something first and you're like trying to small talk. But small talk sucks. Small talk is a pain in the ass to do, and it's not fun, and it's just like a fake conversation. I don't know. Small talk sucks.
I fucking hate it. Because I don't know. Small talk is just awkward and it's weird and it's like, why? Small talk is basically just you say hi, you say a couple jokes or some shit, and then you're like you go back to doing what you're doing. And it's just like, why even talk at that point? Why not just have a real conversation? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird and I don't fuck with small talk because I don't want to talk small with anyone. I don't want to small talk. You know, I don't mind a conversation nowadays. I don't mind talking about fucking whatever. But small talk sucks. Major cock and balls. It sucks major cock and balls. So I don't know. I guess I don't think I'm that awkward, but how I perceive myself is often not how others perceive me. But I would say I'm not awkward because this guy's driving so close to me. Oh my god, it's a big ass truck. What the bruh? He's not that close, but it's kind of fucking in my personal space, motherfucker. Bruh. Oh, he drove to the side. What a nice guy. Because he was driving slow as hell. Like a dumbass. Yeah, I said that. Why is brother blinking, brother? Sorry, I'm getting distracted and I'm just talking about my surroundings right now. But whatever, I'm ending the video. Okay, this is what we learned, right? Small talk sucks. I'm socially awkward in some cases. And fuck high school. So yeah, goodbye.